Thanks for joining us, 2K sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside, and our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. The Nets will look to their home court advantage, just one game here in Brooklyn. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court right now for the Hawks, Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Cephalosha in at the three, the small forward. Korver passes to Millsap. Teague dishes to Cephalosha. Horford against Lopez. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Al Horford is just a winner, guys. I mean, win 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership and the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
And that Florida team with Horford, Noah, and Corey Brewer, such a tight-knit group, all those guys still competing and defending at a very high level now in the NBA.
Each of those guys very team first in their approach. That's what they're about, winning. And because they've experienced championship winning, they stay locked in to that task.
The wide open look here for Lopez. The shot is off, and Atlanta will go the other way with it. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
Here's Sloan following the basket by Paul Millsap. And Sloan kicks to Young. Clock at 4 from outside the arc. Rebound Atlanta. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Cephalosha passes to Korver. Teague with a clean look. That one rolling around and rims out.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Releases. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Back to Millsap. Cephalosha kicks to Teague. Horford, no luck.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And a chance now to go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer.
He had a lot of praise to extend Joe Johnson's way, and with each compliment, it presented a concern for his defense. He knows Joe is one of the most explosive scorers in the league and can hurt you in a lot of different ways on the floor. We'll see if he can hurt them in this one, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Releases. And he can't bank that one in. The Hawks leading. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Teague drives in. Lopez grabs the board. Korver against Johnson. Lopez a screen. Johnson kicks to Lopez. And here comes the break. Here's Cephalosha. Good defensive work there by Young. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. While we can, let's get a quick check of our 2K leaderboard for a glimpse at one of the NBA's most elite groups. The top 3-point shooting wingman in the league. Number 5 is Joe Johnson.
I mean, these guys are all constant threats on the perimeter. Shooting the 3 isn't all, though, that they do. But it sure is a lot of what they do.
They are your classic dual threat small forwards. Their 3-point shooting is phenomenal, but they can still slice a defense open with their ability to get inside and attack that rack.
And so it's Brooklyn with it, following Paul Millsap's three. Count that one.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Millsap's got 7 points.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Screen by Young. There's the triple. And he gets it to go.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Lopez with the steal. Johnson with it. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Now here's Johnson, trailing by 2, down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the foul. It's on Donald Sloan. That's his first foul.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Bargnani has checked in for Lopez. Reed comes in for Young. Brown is checked in for Wayne Ellington. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Donald Sloan. And then for Atlanta, Scotty's checked in for Cephalosha. Ken Bazemore comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for T. Here's Millsap. There's the killer two-handed slam.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Brooklyn's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Larkin. Bargnani up top. Pulls it from 20. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. And as you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
Picked by Horford. Schroeder passes to Horford. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. The Nets have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Here's Larkin. He's guarded by Schroeder. Shoots off the screen. That one rolling around and rims out.
And you know, around the NBA, the league recognized the Hawks were a complete team. Everybody played their roles superbly. The NBA named all 5 of their starters the Player of the Week last year in an unprecedented move. I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Here's Larkin. Up top, Reed. Inside and stolen by Horford. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Bazemore misses.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Now here's Millsap. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Utah.
Yeah, and talk about his scoring. I mean, Kevin, with the defense trying to pressure him, he did a good job of getting them to overcommit and getting himself to the line.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Here's Larkin. He dishes it to Johnson. And off the glass. That one's good. Johnson's got 8. The Hawks shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
Sergei Karasov's checked in for Brooklyn. Now, here's Scott. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
Here's Bargnani, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
Bargnani inside, defended by Scott. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Reed. The Nets shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Now, here's Schroeder. 9 points last game out. Pass to Matt. Shoots a three. Thomas Robinson comes up with a rebound.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Here's Brown. Robinson kicks to Carson. They get it again.
And a nice soft touch on the board.
And, you know, when you have that gentle a touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
Yeah, but how about the fight there prior to that ball being available? That's what I like and what you need to really focus on when they have plays like that.
Here is Splitter, following the basket by Thomas Robinson. And Matt kicks to Scott. Looking to end the run. He takes it up and lays it in. The Nets have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Here's Larkin. To the inside, Robinson, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
I'm not sure how I like this one. He used the rim to get some true hang time there.
No, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Okay,
Guys, that was just
I'll buy that for now.
a good old-fashioned chin check right there.
And Atlanta has possession after the basket by Brooklyn, and finished off by Scott.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft. Obviously, you know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Nets have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. He's off on the first, and the Nets making a change here. And he sinks the second. "16 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Now Schroeder. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. The feed to Mack. Launches a three. No luck. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets lead by 2. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
Check it out.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter.